I know a lot of people started trading to try and get away from their day job, try and get away from the 9 to 5, but a lot of people also end up turning trading into another 9 to 5 where you're chained to your desk, you're stuck in your room watching your screen, and you take a trade and you're waiting around, and maybe you spend 2, 3, 4 hours a day trading, and all you're doing at that point is just giving yourself another job. Trading was meant to be a ticket for freedom, meant to buy some time back. So these days, I'm doing a lot of traveling. I've even torn down my trading office, hence why I'm filming from the car before I head to the post office. And I've always got my iPad on me, or I've got my laptop on me for my business. I'm trading on the go within my trading framework and looking for a setup I can take, get in, get out, and then cut it there. So I'm going to share with you a trade that I took today from using the volume profile framework. It took all of 2-3 minutes to complete, from ideation of the trade through to execution, through to take profit. And for context, this was taken right on the Sunday overnight open, because I live in New Zealand and 7 p.m. Eastern time is around 10 a.m. for me. So it's one of the first things I do in the morning. I get it out of the way, then I get on with my day and with other business projects I've got going on. So I'll show you the setup and what kind of trades I'm looking for within the volume profile framework. So first of all, you see there's a big green profile I've drawn here, and that's drawn from 9:30 a.m. Friday through to 4 p.m. Friday, and that is called our RTH, our regular trading hours profile, our most recent regular trading hours profile. And that is the profile that I'm using to frame up my next day's setups. And because today is a Sunday, or it's the Sunday open, then I'm looking at the most recent regular trading hours session is Friday. And I'm using that to derive my value levels from, okay? So from that profile, we're drawing across 3 levels. See the levels in white: previous day's value area low, previous day's point of control, previous day's VAH, PDVAH, POC, VAL. Those are the levels I have on the chart, levels of interest, right, first of all. Now we then zoom in to Sunday's open, right, and you can see I've got a profile drawn, a volume profile here drawn from 6 p.m. Sunday open time, from the session open of Sunday, and I start the profile there, and I just have that automatically extend across as price develops to give me current session levels of reference. So if we draw the profile through to the time of my trade, that's what the profile looked like at the time of my trade. I came in to look at the charts around 7 p.m. Eastern time, so it was a few minutes away from when I actually got my trade. What I was seeing at the time of me coming to trade here was that we were approaching the current session point of control and high volume node. So we kind of have this shelf of high volume developed across the profile, as well as the current session point of control. So as we are approaching the current session point of control in this area of high volume, I'm looking to get my long position in around this point here, okay? Because I use these shelves in volume, these shelves in the profile, as areas of support and resistance, among other contexts. So I build in my long position down here, 3 contracts, or I add them in as price is moving, quite a sharp and quick reaction from this level, and then I sell them off right at the value area high of the current session's developing profile. But not just because the current session profile is there, but also because just in front of that, we again have that level of resistance at the previous day's value area low. Right, so if we've opened below previous day's value, we've come up to it, hit resistance once, I get my long position from this area of support in the profile, and then I don't want to try and hold, although this area of resistance could break as we see it breaking over here next time, I'd rather be out of the position, get my scalp in and out for a few points with 3 contracts. It's just under $400. Copy trade that across 3 accounts, and that's your $1,200, boom, secured in less than a few minutes, done for the day, right? And that's how I like to trade every single day. And for a position like this, right, I want my stop loss to be below that cluster, somewhere below this cluster of volume, and my take profit to be at an opposing logical level, that being the current session value area high, right in front of the previous day's value area low. And I'm in, then out. And we can see now that that level of resistance is broken here at 7:30, and then classic resistance broken turns support. That same rule applies even with volume profile support and resistance. That same rule applies. Broken resistance turning support. And that's what's going on now. So that's really how simple my trading has become these days. 7 years in the game, and across those 7 years going through all different complex, strategies and trying to do all these different analyses and sitting around at the charts for ages, especially when it came to trading ICT style. I'd sit around for ages and ages waiting for a setup, waiting for the perfect conditions, the perfect high probability conditions, whatever, just to then lose a trade most of the time, because ICT trading for me didn't have a high win rate, but my trading with volume profile has gotten to a point where my win rate is high. Opportunities present themselves any time of day, in any conditions. You just got to be able to read the context of the volume profile and adapt accordingly. I'm getting in, getting out, and I can't remember the last time where it's taken me longer than an hour to trade. This is literally my trading day for me. It's a few minutes to, at most, maybe an hour, at the absolute most, and then I'm done and I'm out. And I know there's some of you out there who are similar to me. You know, you might have entered trading for that freedom to buy back your time, to get away from a desk job or manual labor, whatever it is you're doing right now. And maybe you've fallen into the trap of always being in front of the screens, always trying to look for opportunities, or, just spending a lot of time in front of the charts. I want to make this video to remind you of why we started this, which was to buy our freedom back, buy our time back. In my opinion, getting your trading to the point, developing an approach to trading where you're only getting in and getting out within a few minutes, and using the power of leverage, see multiple contracts or copy trading across multiple funded accounts. I'm using my Take Profit Trader accounts here to amplify your gains. It's $400 times 3. $1,200 in the funded accounts, banked and done in less than a few minutes. And now I can get on with my day and head to the post office, right? So remember why you started, boys and girls. Trade to live, don't live to trade. Get on with your day. Catch you guys next time.